There you go, Arnie. You got to hand it to people that live on the west coast in New Zealand. Bloody rains all the time. And you also got to hand it to, I guess, you Poms and Brits that, you know, like I'm talking about Wales, Ireland. We won't say Ireland's British, will we? That causes a shitload of problem. But live in the Isles, Scottish, Welsh. People that live with a shitload of rain all the time. It's been raining here for the last couple of weeks, and holy shit, it's like you can't do much, you know. I've had to cancel the last couple of hunts. Tomorrow's hunt's pretty much put off. And I tell you who does like it though, and that's the bloody ducks. I've got some ducks back at the farmhouse there. They're loving it. They're kicking up a stink. Honestly, they're making messes everywhere. I'll just pan around as a rabbit down the driveway. Oh, he's just gone. He just ran down the driveway. I was going to show you that. The dogs have been looking at him the whole time. He's just been watching me, and they look like a drowned rabbit, literally. Wet. The rabbits don't like the wet. Their babies perish a lot of the time. They get drowned in the burrows. But all the aquatic birds around here, the pukeko, mallard ducks, paradise ducks, they're all thriving. But rain, it's, I don't know, you guys that live with it all the time in those places I've just talked about, is it hard? Does it depress you? I'm not getting depressed, but I can't do shit. It's really hard to film stuff. No, the camera fogs up all the time. Right now it's sort of eased off a little bit. It's still raining, but and as far as your hunting and your fishing goes, well, I've been out fishing because the water's just shit. And the hunting's just about non-existent. I know that guys are sneaking out and catching the odd pig. My mate Sneaky got out the other day and got a good one, but overall, it's pretty rough to try and do stuff. Get on, Bigsy! Bigsy, come! Come on, mate. Good boy. Us men, we like to do physical things on the whole. Not all men. I've got a brother who's pretty happy to sit on the end of his bed and play guitar all day. But I think it's very natural for us men to get out and, you know, use our bodies a lot, and women too, but men particularly like the sort of stuff that's a bit more physical, particularly when you're younger. And I imagine for those countries where like it's pissing down rain all the time, there's a lot of young men sitting at home getting pissed off, driving their mothers and their fathers mental. And with all that pent up energy, you got to let it out. So what do you do? How do you sort of deal with it when you're a young bloke and you've got all that testosterone and you got rain all the time and you can't go out and do something? What's the answer? Well, I guess the answer is to belong to a gym, go and do some boxing, or go and do some judo, or do some weights. You know, I guess at school I've got indoor activity, physical activities, but you've got to have some outlet, otherwise you're going to go mental. You're going to go bananas. I mean, I'm an old fart and I'm going slightly bananas because I can't get out and do what I wanted to do normally just because this ongoing rain is making it difficult. So how does rain affect you? And, well, does it affect you? And what is your solution to the problem of constant raining if you're in a place that does it? How do you sort of, you know, keep yourself physically busy? Because there's a lot of things you just can't do when it's wet all the time. And I guess when you do have that constant rain, and when I was living up in Sweden for a while there, in the winter time, it wasn't sort of the rain, it was more the darkness, because the hours of darkness were so many. The winters are really long, and that can be depressing. You're not getting enough vitamin D, and that can make you go a bit nutty. I think people are very affected by where they live. When I went to Rarotonga when I was a young fella, man, everybody was so happy and laid back. They call it Cook Island time. So I'll see somebody I'll see at 12 o'clock and they'll go, oh yeah, they might turn up at 3 o'clock. That's Cook Island time. I just call it being fucking late, but that's how they are there. And putting my hood down was a dumb idea. I'm getting a wet head, so I put that back up. I just did that because I can't really see very well others. Yeah, we don't think about how the weather affects us, but so this is my spin on what affects us. I think the weather does affect us. I think sleep really affects us. I think if you can get, you know, say 8 hours sleep if you're lucky, a regular time every day, make that happen, you'll keep good health. I think if you get regular exercise, don't have to go mental, but, you know, get out, just get a little bit of, you know, cardio going 3 or 4 times a week, that'll keep you good. And I think good tucker, you eat good food, no refined carbohydrates and no sugar, that'll keep you good. But the big one of all, out of all of them, I reckon is stress. Keeping the stress to a minimum. And that's easier said than done. I compare stress to like a guitar string or a violin. A violin string's probably better. If it's too loose, it flops around. Floppy things aren't much use, are they? And if it's too tight, it snaps, bang. But if it's a perfect amount of tension, you get nice music. That's how I compare it. So you've got to have that sort of balance of stress. Some people have not enough stress and they don't do bugger all. Other people are the opposite and they're always about to snap all the time. Hey, check out my ducks here. Look at these guys. They're loving the rain. They're just loving it. They'll be the happiest of everybody in the rain. Ducks love the rain. Going to feed these dogs their possum yum. And think about the next move, because I was heading over to Blenheim tomorrow with my mate Simon to go and shoot a deer, but it's raining all afternoon, so we're hatching a new plan. We might hunt at the back of his place. There's a bit of forestry up there and a bit of native, a bit of dock. We might go up there and so we can poke around, blood our knives and get a bit of meat for the table. I've tried all of them, and that's the best dog roll you can get in New Zealand, hands down. Old dog, old dog. So this dog, he's in his 11th year, Bruno. He's the logo of the channel, and he's been fed his whole life, that stuff pretty much. We started him on Chunky actually, and then we went to Possum. Good boy, good dog. And if you know anything about dog breeds, oh mate, his legs are bloody going on him. If you know anything about dog breeds, you know these really old dogs, they don't live very long. Like, we thought we might get 8 years out of him, being a large breed. He's 67 kilogram right now. We certainly knew that we'd make it to 10, and now he's, like I said, in his 11th year. And I put that down to good tucker, having good housing, good vet care, and good breeding. His hips are still holding out, and hip dysplasia is quite common in big dogs, but his back end's good. He has got cancer. We had some removed. Good dog. I'm not going to steal it, mate. It's okay. And I put it down to good tucker. Gotta have the good tucker. None of that cheap shit. None of that kibble rubbish. That possum's got everything. All the organ meat you want, and of course possum. Ducky's hanging around because she knows it's possum time, don't you, mate? There you go, Pope. Tearing it. There you go, mate. In your box. Good dog. I haven't forgotten you, fella. That's right, Bigsy. You're getting it, mate. It's okay. So recently I got these Pekin ducks. They're the ones over there. This is a Muscovy. This is Ducky, who's been around. And of course, Ducky's come over to the corner because she knows I'm feeding the dogs possum. Don't you, mate? You know what time it is. Now let's see if we can do this without taking my finger off, eh? That was pretty gentle, actually. Yeah, it was pretty good. She wags her tail when she's happy. See, she's not had enough, so she lets me know by wagging her tail. Oh, mate, come on, wag that tail. No? All right, try a third. Oh, there we go. That's it. You're done. Good. Poe, you've had yours. Did you think I've forgotten you, eh, mate? Eh? Very slow eater. Very delicate eater. There you go, mate. There we go. He just takes little bites. Tiny little bites. And that's why I don't chop it up from, because he just eats it nice and gentle. Doesn't scoff it down. No, Ducky, you're not getting any more, mate. It's bloody expensive stuff. Yes, it is. You're a duck, okay? It's dog tucker. Go over there, Ducky. So I've got an automatic feeder now. That's where the ducks are getting their tucker. That's where you want to go. Stand on that little green plate there, and it pops up and closes it when you go away. That way the sparrows can't nick it. That's just some of the rubbish, the wood and muck that came out of my kitchen. That's some more of the walls there. That's the corner of my kitchen. Bruno's been going in and out of here. Got to be careful though. You can see that my mate Arb's put these piles in. Well, that one there's not on yet. It will be soon. Bruno, I'm trying to film down here, mate. I can't get in there with your nose in there, mate. Don't you go in there. You come out. So, yeah, we're building a new kitchen. Actually, we're building a whole new house. Well, the old house, fixing it up so it's livable. And also, my mate Dan Pigman, he's coming on Wednesday. So through there, I don't know if you can see up in there, there's a bit of a tree hut that I started about 8 years ago. And there's some of the tin for it. That's a wall that's going to go up. And he's going to come around and carry on with that project. So that's pretty exciting because my daughter's always wanted it, and she's coming back to stay. Dayla, she'll be back soon with the mates in like 2 weeks. So she'll be able to stay in that tree hut, which will be bloody good. Pretty dark in here, but I'm going to leave Bruno in here tonight. That's right, mate. You can stay inside and keep nice and dry on that bed. This is the kitchen, or at least what's left of the kitchen. You can see she's windows have been knocked out. That one's still on. That one's been knocked out. And the floor, you've probably seen it in other videos. My mate Arb's working on this now, and currently he's like rebuilding the floor. He's going to smash out all the piles over there. Well, there's actually not many piles here. There's a few old rotten ones, and he's going to smash out the concrete and dig and put new ones in, jack it up, put a new floor in, and completely rebuild it. One day we'll have a kitchen here. That'll be pretty awesome. So Bruno's getting ready for bed right now. He can stay in here. I don't mind. It's not that flash. the rats used to run this house, but we got on top of them finally. We poisoned the bastards, we trapped them, you name it, we did everything. We cut all the bush down, we dug it up with a digger around the house, cut out all the trees that were leaning close to the house so they couldn't get in through the roof. We took away their habitat, and there's virtually no rats here. No poisonous baits have been taken, no traps have gone off, so I think we've got the numbers down pretty low. There'll always be rats here because this is an orchard and there's trees, and so long as there's a food source, but for now it's pretty much rat free, and Bruno can stay in here. Sometimes I'll sit here with Bruno, I'll sit here like for ages, good boy, and I'll just like him and I'll hang out and I'll sing a song to Bruno because he likes it. Well, actually that's not true. Some of the music he likes and some he doesn't. He doesn't like the harmonica sometimes, do you, mate, eh? Hey? Old dog, old dog. Yeah, I'll just make up a song, I'll pull the harmonica out and I'll sing to him, and we'll just sit here and hang out together, eh, boy? He's a good boy. Oh, he's a good dog. God, I'm going to miss him when he goes. I've been spending a lot of time with him lately. Him and I, we're both survivors of one thing or another, aren't we, mate? We're still here. Almost like living on borrowed time. He got extra time, Bruno did. So did I. And that's the most precious thing that we've got, man. And I'll finish the video up by saying, you know, whatever your current situation is in life, you know, you could be in a really tough situation, like in a relationship with someone you don't want to be with, but you can't because you've got children. I've been in that situation. Or you're in a situation where you're in a relationship with people at work that are really making your life bloody difficult, but you've got to keep working there, you've got to stay there. Or you're in a situation in a country you don't want to be in, but you've got to stay there for one reason or another outside of your control. You might be in a lot of situations in life you don't really want to be in, and it's making you feel unhappy inside. But I want to remind you of one really critical thing, and that is the most valuable thing that you have in your life, the most amazing thing, it's valuable, that's all is your time. It's your bloody time, because it's ticking and it will one day run out. One day Bruno's not going to be here anymore. I'll probably be around still, but you can't measure it, can you? You don't really know, you can't guess it really. You think you'll be, but one day your time will be over. So you might be in a situation that isn't as perfect as you'd like it to be, but remind yourself you're still here and you've got that time, and be grateful for that, because that's the most valuable thing you got. And there will come a morning where you don't wake up. So live each moment as best you can, even if your situation's a bit shitty. That's what I always do. I always, like, when I wake in the morning, I go, right, first thing I do is I practice gratitude. I practice being grateful that I woke up. I go, fuck, I'm still here, I'm breathing. Then I work on my feet round, stretch my body. I might do a bit of yoga sometimes these days, depending on how much pain I've got. I probably should do it every morning, but I'm a bit slack with that. And then I'll check the weather. That's the next thing I do. I always check the weather, because that determines whether I'm going to be outside or inside for the day. And that's what this video started off with, was talking about the weather. And then I'll go through just that thing of gratitude again. I'm so grateful I've got this time. I'm so grateful I'm here. Some people didn't wake up this morning. Some people didn't get to be the age I'm at. And I think about that for a while, and then I get on with my day and start my work. But that's how I start my day. Anyway, be good. Can't be good. Be careful. See you later.